All right, hello everybody, and welcome back to the weekly Roundup with Mountaineers all-time winningest head football coach, Tim Camp. Coach Camp is currently in year 15 at the helm with the Mounties. Coach, thanks for joining me again. How we doing today?
I'm doing great. I appreciate you guys having me on today.
All right, let's dive into this week's Roundup. So the Mountaineers just hit the road, taking on number 17 Rocky Mountain College, the Battling Bears, last week. Rocky actually just moved up to number 15 in this week's rankings. The game turned into a defensive showcase, especially for the defensive backs on both sides, as they totaled 8 interceptions. Josh Mendoza put on an incredible performance, completing a hat trick with 3 interceptions just by himself. The other bright spot for the Mountains was freshman kicker Ethan Cutler. He earned Special Teams Player of the Week, nailed a couple of 30-plus yard field goals. Also had a great day punting, averaging over 50 yards a punt on 3 attempts. So despite those efforts, Rocky came away with the win 28-6. What were your thoughts on the game, Coach?
Well, I was super excited. We always talk about phases of the football game, and then obviously, we had some standout performances, like you just said, with Josh. But it's a team effort. I thought defensively we flew around. There's a few plays that we would like to have back, but I thought the defense played well enough for us to win the game. Without a doubt. And Rocky's a very good football team. Not taking anything away from them, but I thought our defense stood strong and did their job. During the game, I thought our special forces, our special teams game plan was spot on for those guys, and to really give our punter and kicker an opportunity to showcase his talents. And then as he executed, it was awesome to watch Ethan go out there, and he's comfortable. He's really, really starting to come into his own. So super excited about that, and that earned him the Player of the Week in the conference. And with Josh, I'm not sure what it takes to get the Player of the Week. I mean, three interceptions in huge situations, a couple pass breakups, tackle for loss. I mean, there's some things there, but super excited about them. So I believe our defense did enough for us to win the game. I believe our special forces created momentum for us to win the game. The place that we are still struggling at is offensively, and I thought Parker Robinson come in and did a good job for us and got the ball moving. And we just can't turn the ball over. I mean, those are the things that we work on, and I know that you guys. You hear it every week by every head coach. You turn the ball over, you're going to lose football games, and that's exactly what happened. And I think that at the end of the day, going back and looking at the film and breaking it down and working with the kids, it's just we got to be cleaner. I thought the offensive line did a really good job of blocking for us all day. We just got to get our eyes right. We got to make sure that we are understanding in the back end what things are, what's happening, how the defense is rolling, where the pressures are coming from, and not force football. So again, and then our sidelines. I thought our sidelines were great that day. We had a bunch of offensive guys cheering for the defensive guys cheering for the offensive guys, and so at the end of the day, we need to be more productive offensively, and we need to continue. This was probably our cleanest game defensively as far as assignment sound, making our plays. But like I said, there was a couple plays that were definitely game changers that give the Mounties an opportunity to be successful. You're inside the red zone 3 times and come away with no points. Those are critical things playing a top 20 football team that you need to be able to execute, especially on the road. So I thought our kids traveled well. I thought that we're making certain plays, but we're just not making enough. And really, those are things that we have isolated. We got to continue to work on. We got to continue to push. We got to continue to challenge these kids and our coaches as well. Right? We're all in this together, and we're all going to keep fighting. I did like the scrap and the claw from all these guys. They played until the final whistle. So that as a head coach, I am proud of.
Yeah, like you said, you did a lot of great things in different phases of the game. Obviously, especially against a good team. I mean, it comes down to a lot of little things, and that's a tough game. But one thing you shed light on, right? That your defense played really well, and the defensive secondary has been consistently strong, all year, honestly. Mendoza, obviously, with a huge game, puts his total at 4 picks on the season, but Blaine Shaw has a couple. Zach Donato's got a couple on the season. Jonas Waugh and Wes McElwain also have, 1 apiece. So we've seen a lot of big plays from that secondary, and not to mention other guys like Joey Gutierrez, who's been breaking up passes and dropping the hammer in the secondary. So we've seen
Right.
some really great play from that secondary. Did you expect that, or what are your thoughts on the secondary up to this point?
I think they're finally gelling together. I think they're finally playing good football. At times, hey, oh gosh, I saw that, coach, but I need to get over here. But no, I think they're really playing. We've had some all-star performances there throughout the year, but I think that is a really, really good group. I think that's a group that's played a lot of football together, and to be able to watch them make those plays is obviously, as a head coach, is what's expected. But it's great to be able to watch them do it and to be able to continue to make progress each week. So I think that was our best game, and obviously the stats show it. But at the same time, you got 11 guys out there doing the right things, the right assignments, the right techniques, and that's fun to watch football. So and that's what we got to take a note on the offensive side of the ball. Again, I thought our offensive line played really, really well. There was times where, gosh, it just, hey, stick on that just a little bit more. I thought our running backs ran the ball hard. So I mean, there's a lot of really good things to take from it. But at the end of the day, when you look at the scoreboard, that's the thing that you need. You need to win. And that's what we're focused on. But you just can't focus on the win. You got to focus on the journey to get there, right? And it's gonna, you get today one time. What are we going to do with today? We're going to go out. We're going to practice. We've already been in the weight room today. We're already taking the steps that's gonna benefit us in the long run.
Right. And like you said, you got to move forward. You're already in the weight room, already preparing for the next week. This next week, let's take a look at that. Originally scheduled as kind of your off week from conference play. You guys are now going to be heading into the final stretch of the season, and so instead of taking a bye week, you guys opted to pick up a scrimmage against Pacific Northwest Christian College in Kennewick, Washington. You guys got the kickoff set for 3 p.m. on Saturday. Why did you pick up this game, and what do you hope to get out of it?
Well, I think this is a great opportunity to showcase what we do and how we do it, and give some of these younger kids an opportunity, or even some of the older kids that don't get to play that much, an opportunity for me to evaluate them, an opportunity for them to go and play and show what they've been working on, against a different opponent. You see it every day in practice. You see it, but how much do you know offensively? How much do you know defensively? Can you go make your play? So I think this is a great thing because, that's a big recruiting area for us. I think that we're going to draw a lot of fans over there. A lot of people are going to come and be able to watch the Mounties in action. But just an opportunity. Anytime you get a chance to play football, hey, I'm all for it. Let's go. And these kids are so excited this week for this game. I think that they've been talking about it ever since I started mentioning it. They're like, hey, you know what? I can't wait. Can I get on the bus? I even got some guys that play a lot of football. Hey, can I come play? But at the same time, it's for evaluation purposes. It's to see somebody else. And again, can you make your play when you have your opportunity? That's what I'm looking for, and I'm super excited for it because we got the buses. I mean, this is a road game for us. This is a business trip, and we're going to go down there. We're going to do everything in this scrimmage to be able to showcase Eastern Oregon football.
Gotcha. And so, you touched on it a little bit, as this is a great opportunity to gain experience. Obviously, the alternative to this game was just a bye week, no game, rest up, get ready here for this last stretch of the season. It's obviously always a grind no matter what team you are or where you are. Instead, you guys opted for this, no bye weeks this entire season, right? You took on Whitworth earlier, and now you pick up this.
Let's go.
Yeah, so I love that, right? Pedal to the metal. How much of an opportunity is this to gain experience? I mean, you touched on it a little bit, but for those young guys and stuff, I mean, if you're looking at this, is this something – how big is this for the program just in the future, down the line, guys that aren't getting a ton of reps right now, stuff like that?
Well, I think it is one of those things where you can look at it one of two ways. When you go into the bye week, hey, you're working on technique, fundamentals, cleaning up a lot of things. I like the preparation for games. We've been prepping for this game. The film's broke down. We're watching, two different things right now. We got Northern coming up, our homecoming. We're already breaking those guys have already been broken down. We're watching that with the travel or the game plan guys. The other phase of it is the Pacific Northwest Christian College. We're watching those. We're practicing split practices right now. So it creates something in a bye week that you don't normally get. Sometimes I've worked on enough fundamentals. I've worked on enough technique. But to be able to go and say, hey, we're preparing to play this football game, I got to be ready. In a bye week, is one of those things that, like I said, oftentimes you don't get. So this is kind of a big deal for us, because I think that to be able to continue to play, and you're playing for something, we're going to go down there and scrimmage, and we're going to go down there and put our best foot forward, I think is instrumental in building some of the young players within this football program. So I'm super excited about it. We're going to get on the bus at 10 o'clock after a nice pregame meal on campus, and we're going to go down there and we're going to do everything we can to showcase Eastern Oregon and its football program.
Awesome stuff. All right, Coach, as always, appreciate your time.
Well, I appreciate it. Mount up. Hopefully see you in Kennewick, Washington on Saturday at 3 o'clock.
That's right. Mounties will take on Pacific Northwest Christian College at 3 p.m. this coming Saturday in Kennewick, Washington. Again, this is an unofficial scrimmage. Next weekend is homecoming for the Mounties, as they'll take on Montana State Northern on the 22nd of this month. So circle that game on your calendar as well. Thanks again for joining us on the weekly Roundup. Don't forget to follow Mountaineer Athletics on all of its social media platforms, including Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, and YouTube by searching @EOU Athletics. We'll see you next week, Mountie Nation.